Alright, so today I wanted to make a video. I probably should have done this a little, earlier in the year, but it's fine. I wanted to do it before it got too late into summer, but if anybody is watching this or listening to this or whatever, I don't know if I've said, or I'm sure I've said that I have times of year that I really like to watch certain movies. I like, there's even certain times of day that I like certain movies. There's some movies that I really love to watch whenever it's a dark rainy night, or whenever it's there's movies I love to watch in the morning. There's movies I prefer watching in the middle of the day. Some that I like watching alone, some I like watching with people, some during the winter, some during the summer, blah blah blah. I don't know if I'm weird or if I'm crazy or if anybody else has that kind of feeling, but that happens with me all the time. So I thought about just waiting until I got into fall movies, but I was like, nah, I'll go ahead and do, because we're still, we're kind of towards the end of summer, but I'll still go ahead and add this. These are ones that I probably won't talk about, anytime soon, especially because, like I said, summer's coming to an end. Maybe I'll do this earlier, next year, and then I can really kind of get a full, and maybe review all of them. So I picked 10, out of all these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just had to double check and make sure I counted right. But anyway, these are just some that stuck out, kind of just stuck out on the shelf to me. I just looked through my shelf, and just grabbed some that I have watched this summer, or that I watch every summer, or ones that that really stick out to me. A couple of them I believe I have already reviewed, or I've planned on reviewing, but I know that I'm not going to get to all of them. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this list. It's not in any particular order. I'll just kind of say whenever I feel like it's best to be seen. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. So the first one I'm going to talk about, I guess number 10, is going to be The Return of the Living Dead. I really love this movie. This is a great zombie movie. If you haven't seen it, I'm definitely going to cover it eventually, but just not right now. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I got this. I believe my mom actually bought this for me at like a pawn shop or something. This is just a really great 80s zombie movie. Some of the best zombies, some of the creepiest and scariest zombies for, I won't spoil it, but some of the scariest zombies for one particular reason in this movie. I think it's really awesome. I love the setting. I love, the atmosphere, everything that's going on in this movie. The actors are a lot of fun, are all just having so much fun in this movie. You can really tell. But it's a really good time. Definitely watch this one. I'd say around like July 4th, middle of the summer. That's, I believe, when this takes place is on July 4th. So, definitely number 10 is Return of the Living Dead. I love that movie. I'm surprised I haven't talked about that movie yet. So the next one's actually another Blu-ray, surprisingly. So this will be, y'all will see a few Blu-rays in this one. I don't just have DVDs, folks. I have Blu-rays as well. But this one is also a Blu-ray DVD combo, which makes it even better, and it's Sleepaway Camp. So Sleepaway Camp is another just kind of Friday the 13th knockoff. There's going to be a few in here. I'll say a few of these that I picked are basically just Friday the 13th knockoffs or rip-offs. There were so many that, that just, again, that I saw on the shelf. these were just a handful that I know that I've watched recently and that I'm just kind of fresh on. But the original Sleepaway Camp, especially the first one, it is so much fun. It's a really good movie. It's very different. It has a really interesting twist ending. If you're not familiar with it, I'm definitely not going to give it away. But this is a lot of fun, especially if you love Friday the 13th. Definitely check out Sleepaway Camp. This is the Scream Factory version. This is just another cool 80s slasher film. But definitely check that one out. Sleepaway Camp is number 9. And again, like I said, these are not in any particular order. That's another one I would say watch kind of around midsummer, July, June, July, somewhere around in there. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't really matter. Watch them whenever you want to, really, but that's kind of how I am. So this one is another early kind of summertime movie. I really enjoy this one. I believe this one came out in 1980, if I'm not mistaken. And this is one that's not very well known. Some of them I grabbed were, a couple of these are not I don't think super well known ones, but this is number 7, I believe. No, I'm sorry, number 8 on the list, and it is Just Before Dawn. So this movie is really interesting. It's just another kind of 80s slasher. It's very, I don't want to say similar to Friday the 13th. Very similar to the first one especially, but it's a very good just standalone slasher film. It reminds me kind of Deliverance as well, but it's got great setting. About a group of teenagers basically camping in the woods, and they're stalked by a killer, and he's very creepy. Very good kills in this movie. The effects are a lot of fun. As usual with these, not the acting is not great by any means, but it is still definitely a fun movie to watch. I definitely say it's worth a watch. And this DVD is getting kind of hard to find. I paid a good little bit for this. Not much. I think like $15, but still, I had to have it. It's a good movie, but definitely check this one out. Like I said, number 8, Just Before Dawn. That's a good movie. Alright, this next one is a little bit more well known, and this one is interchangeable with, I would say, probably the remake, because I do really like the remake too, and if that's more of your bag, newer stuff, then, go with that one, but I definitely picked, and I prefer the original Hills Have Eyes, the Wes Craven, I don't want to say masterpiece, because it's not a masterpiece by any means, but it is a great movie. It's a lot of fun. I believe this came out in 77. Let me see, 77. Yeah, is when this one came out. This movie is a lot of fun. It's very violent for its time, and I mean not over the top violent. It's just more of the context of the violence, kind of what was going on. In this movie, if you've seen the remake, again, this movie's a lot more grounded in reality, as much as it can anyway. But I really love this movie. The Hills Have Eyes, the original Hills Have Eyes. Definitely check it out. Again, interchangeable with the remake. I believe that's number 7, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah. Okay, so next one is, again, maybe not so well known, but I do enjoy this movie. I'm definitely going to talk about it one day. It's Zombie 2. I say this is Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2. Now, so if you don't know, this movie is technically a sequel to George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. In a way, I'm not going to elaborate on that too much, but it is a sequel to that movie, kind of. That's why it is Zombie 2. So it also goes by just the title Zombie. I have the Blue Underground release that is just titled Zombie, but I just wanted to grab this one. This is my 25th anniversary special edition that I got really cheap, and I love this movie. It's a lot of fun. Great little kind of summertime movie. Definitely check this one out later in summer when it starts to get a little hot outside, I was going to say. But if you like an old classic Italian zombie movie, Italian zombie movies are very different than American or basically any other zombie film. But so that is going to be this one right here. I believe that is number 6. Yeah, number 6 is Zombie 2. So definitely check that one out. Very different from the rest of these, but yeah, Zombie 2. Love that one. This one I'm not going to talk too much about because I just did a review over it, but is The Burning. So that is number 5. I'll say I really enjoy The Burning quite a bit. It's such a good movie. Like I said, definitely check out my review if you like that. It's definitely a Friday the 13th ripoff, but it's a great one and a great little standalone slasher film. So number 5 is The Burning. That's also my Scream Factory Blu-ray DVD combo. Good little DVD if you can find that. The next one is a Tobe Hooper film. It is going to be Eaten Alive. So this movie has a really weird kind of feeling behind it. I believe this is the next movie that Tobe Hooper did after Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check me on that one. But this movie is a lot of fun. It's basically about this guy who runs a hotel, and he's a little whacked, but he runs this hotel and he has this pet crocodile out front, and he just kind of loses his shit and starts going off and does some kind of crazy stuff. But I really like this movie. It also has Robert Englund and Marilyn Burns from Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in this too. But Robert Englund has a small little part in this movie, which is fun to see him in this. He's a little baby man in this. But yeah, definitely check that one out. This is Eaten Alive by Tobe Hooper. If you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't want to say if you like Texas Chainsaw, you'll like this. But I definitely enjoy it. And it definitely has a weird kind of vibe to it, sort of like Texas Chainsaw did. Just a little bit different. But yeah, definitely check that one out. I believe this came out in 76. This is Eaten Alive. Tobe Hooper's Eaten Alive. So that is number 4, I believe. And keeping with the Tobe Hooper tradition, check this one out. This is another late summer movie. Of course, I did a review over all of these, so I'm not going to, go into too much depth on this one, but this is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I watch it every summer. Definitely watch this one on the anniversary of, every year. August 18th is whenever I watch this. Even if I don't marathon them, which I did this year. I don't do that all the time, but even if I don't, I will always watch the first movie. And I watch this all throughout the year. It's not just for me a summertime movie. This is just a good kind of horror movie to watch anytime, but definitely during the summertime. Definitely, hot. Whenever it's hot outside, I'm definitely putting this one on because it makes me feel as nasty as it feels outside. So, that is going to be number, I believe, 3. That is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, by Tobe Hooper. Love this movie. Love it. Like I said, I've covered all of those, so just watch that. This next movie is a little bit different. I don't know, if a lot of people know about this. This is a movie that was produced by Roger Corman and actually directed by, I believe her name is Barbara Peters is the director's name. It was a woman who directed this, surprisingly, just because of the context of the movie. But it is Monster, or Humanoids from the Deep. This is the Roger Corman's cult classics. It has a switchable cover with the original Humanoids from the Deep, and that's what it says on the disc. But I flipped this around because I love this cover, and that's actually what it says when you start the movie. It says Monster on it instead of Humanoids from the Deep. It says Humanoids from the Deep, real small right there. But this movie's a lot of fun. Definitely a great little summertime movie. It's about basically this town that they're kind of doing these summer celebrations, I believe, and then these monsters, these humanoids from the deep, start coming up from the deep, and they start, basically raping and killing women and people and stuff like that. And this movie leads up to a really great climax. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend this. It's very cheesy, very goofy, very ridiculous, but the monsters look awesome. If you love any kind of old, silly Roger Corman type movies like Piranha, Galaxy of Terror, Forbidden World, all those type of movies, I got all those around the same time. But definitely check this one out. I highly recommend it. We're absolutely going to talk about this maybe next year though. But that is a Monster, or Humanoids from the Deep. Okay, so this one I kind of cheated on a little bit, and these are all interchangeable, but the next one is going to be Friday the 13th, especially the first one, but definitely the first 2. These are interchangeable, so you can really watch any of them, but I feel like especially after the 4th one, they really start, me personally, lean into like fall time territory. That's just my personal opinion, but, I watch them, really anytime, but these first 2 movies especially scream summertime to me, and they're a lot of fun. I know that the second one gets a lot of shit nowadays, but I love the second movie and the first movie. The first movie is actually really relaxing. It's one to kind of check out, especially if, dark, rainy night, you don't have much going on. Throw these on, fun little double feature especially, and if you can squeeze in the 3rd and the 4th one too, those are great summertime movies. Like I said, the other ones start to kind of lean into fall territory to me, which is kind of, dumb for me to even say, but that's just my personal, how I feel. But just watch any of these movies anytime you want to. These are kind of just, I guess, when I found out about them, or when I prefer to watch them is during the summer, during the summer. But definitely these 2, I love the first 2 Friday the 13th. These are both really good little movies. Yeah, watch all of these. Check them all out. I was going to say, they're all worth a watch. They're not great movies, but they're a lot of fun. From a production standpoint, they're not great movies, but I highly recommend any of these, really and truly. So anyway, until next time, I will probably do one of these each around the season changing, because I've got some really good fall time movies. Nightmare on Elm Street is one of those, off the top of my head. That's whenever I'm really going to talk about those. But I would like to do this maybe next year, do it earlier in the summer, and then review them as the summer goes on, because I'm not going to do as many videos back to back like I have right now. I'm just kind of pumping a lot out, but we'll see how it goes. But I have a lot for fall. I have a lot for winter time that I like to talk about, even some for spring. So anyway, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check out all these movies that I've recommended, and or none of them, whatever you'd like to do. But anyway, have a great afternoon. Goodbye.